Okay, hello there, hello there.
Hello,
Let me
hello.
just quickly adjust the camera. Here we go. I look tired. We haven't started yet, I look tired. Hi there, it was actually extremely busy week. So hello everybody. Thank you for joining us to the at the Caves Dungeon Lasers 6 Caves Kickstarter, not Kickstarter, GameFound project. I mean the Kickstarter, you know what I mean.
It's just crowdfunding, you know.
It's a crowdfunding campaign. That's the thing. Whenever I speak with the guys from GameFound, I keep saying Kickstart, and they keep correcting me. It's actually GameFound, but the word itself became so yeah. But anyway, welcome. Today we're gonna go through the page, by the way. So you have seen this, by the way, on the start. So not that this one. So this is Caves. That is Caves. Please note this is made out of only 2 sprues out of 6 different design sprues. So it looks awesome, but it's gonna look much better once we get every single sprue, especially the heels, which you don't have it here yet. So full design looks much better, and it got much more assembly variety than actually shown just on this picture. But I think it looks awesome. Yes, 2 sets. So what I say by 2 sets, hold on, let me just correct this one. 2 sets, I mean two different sprues. This is a little bit more than a made out of 2 sprues. That's what I meant, not 2 sets. That's probably just 1 set, not even 1 set. This is not even 1 set in terms of actually size. So let me correct that one. Okay. What I meant is basically this set has like full sprues, different design sprues. And we only use 2 of them only because only 2 we have pre-painted. 2 other ones are not yet ready, and they're going to be ready, I think, the next couple of weeks. So once I have them, we will show you everything. However, I do have some other sprues to show you, but that's gonna be just in a minute, just in a second, when we're gonna go through that. So I hope I correct myself, because 2 sets, that would be a little bit too small for that. Yeah, that's
Yeah, just to be clear, well, it's like 3 sets in total. What's shown on the table, we've got the pre-painted Abomination Bolts and the pre-painted Dwarven Mine.
Yeah,
but the Rocky Cave set, it's not the full set. The one we showed.
This is probably just only portion like that, right? You should have 15 sprues. I think I made that one just out of. Oh, we can count it, right? We can see how many floors is there, so you will know exactly. We have large floors, 1, 2, 3, 4, just 5 large floors, and you get like 1 sprue, 2 sprues, 3 sprues, 5 of those sprues, right? So it's much bigger.
Yeah. So as Tidbitoon said, you get 12 sprues of actual terrain and 3 sprues of pins.
Yeah. So what you see here is made more, probably just only small section like that. I think this is that section anyway. You have a whole, yeah. And I don't yet have heels fully done in plastic injection. That's the thing, we need to have plastic injection to actually pre-paint them properly and show you properly how they're gonna look. So we only have that one. I think only this shows how good this looks on the table. I mean, just look at the pictures, because you cannot see actually what is on there. Yeah, from my perspective, looks much better. That looks much better. But anyway. Did I mention we are tired? I did I?
Yeah, you really did.
It's been actually quite a long week for us.
It's been a long day for me.
Yeah, a long day, a long week, and
lots of stuff happening today.
Exactly. So if you're going to have some questions, please keep them coming. We're happy to answer those questions as they go. That's the purpose of the lunch. That's one thing. The other thing, we can go through the page just to make sure that everybody knows and understand what is on the page. If there is something confusing, please again ask the question. But most of you already know us. Icon Studio. We did this is the 6th actually campaign for Dungeons and Lasers, right? We have some more campaigns in a pipeline in the future, that's for sure.
Yeah, lots of exciting things on the horizon.
What else there? For those of you who, I did that last time when I did like a summary, just to go through what's the reason for backing and everything else. But in general, as always, lots of stretch goals, saving. That's big saving compared to retail. I think on the retail side of it, we're gonna have to next year restructure a little bit of costs, because we haven't changed our prices for some time now, almost 3 years it's gonna be for the retail. And yeah, then we're gonna have to go up a little bit with prices, at least for retail. Early delivery as always, everything which is marked with this legacy, did I say that? Legacy shipping means that you can actually get it much faster. I believe the timeline and the dates are on the page already down the bottom. If you scroll down the bottom, there is everything explained about it.
Yeah, just on that, the information also about it is in the FAQ, but if you're using Stretch Pay and you also include legacy shipping with your pledge, you do have to pay the entirety of your pledge off before we can ship the legacy shipping items. So if at the campaign start you grab legacy shipping with Stretch Pay, you'll have a couple of months where you'll be able to use the full benefit of Stretch Pay, and then you can just pay the rest off if you want to receive your stuff as soon as possible, or you can just wait a couple more months and then get it that way.
Yeah. That's correct. Yeah. So, and the big one is for us is this time around is the Stretch Pay, something we haven't done before. This is first time on this campaign. I believe this is the biggest feature of GameFound, allowing you to actually. It is actually not only the feature itself as a, you know, it's you can pay in installments. I think it's a very safe bet, because you know, if you go on any other campaigns, I mean not with us, but you know, other competition, and if they don't have a history of delivering, you can be, you know, you can pull at the, you know, before you can see there's something wrong with the campaign anyway. But in general, Stretch Pay, I think it's a very great thing. We're based in Europe, you can tell. We're based in Poland, you can tell by my accent. My Ponglish.
Not by mine.
Not by Shimon. Shimon spent some time in the UK. But anyway, we're based in Europe. We're located in lovely country Poland, and everything you see here, every single Dungeons and Lasers campaign has been manufactured in our factory. There is great video made by Gubertown Hobbies on YouTube, and you can go and check that. And you can see our factory. It's our old factory, by the way. We soon gonna be moving into new factory.
Yeah, new building.
Yeah, everything. Okay, we do have some questions. I'm gonna jump from questions to questions. So if some of those questions are not in order as they are appearing, don't worry. We're gonna go back. We're gonna do full circle. So maybe let's check. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Oh yeah, that was a very nice screen. Yes, that's correct. Do you see any questions? If you want to highlight up any questions, I will do that.
I mean, the questions are more like, you know, down.
Lots of excitement, actually, I can see here in the comments, so that's good. Yeah, good thing you remember your glasses, Shimon.
Yeah, I do tend to forget them. It is what it is.
I hope we won't have any problems with the campaign when the actually campaign starts. I know the other company just started the campaign and they had lots of problems with the campaign. There was something to do with some feature of shipping, but we don't have that one, so I hope it's gonna be everything okay and we won't have a problem. If you are based in EU, is the VAT plus shipping or VAT plus shipping customs that you pay? So couple things. If you pay VAT only, don't think you have anything with customs in EU, right? We based in Poland, we are part of EU. So you don't have to pay no customs, and that's the reasons why we charge VAT, because we are registered in every single country in the EU and we pay taxes over there in your country. So we're gonna charge you your VAT. We're not gonna charge you 23% like it is in Poland, but if you're Germany it's 20, I believe, or 19. We're gonna charge you your local taxes, and your local taxes will be paid in your country. For that is for every single campaign, for every single product, and for every single customer from EU. Customs, I don't think there's any type of customs whatsoever. They only one thing, which is the after Brexit, obviously, when we ship anything to UK, there is no taxes, but it's tricky about the VAT. But I think we managed to sort this one out. Basically, during campaign, you will be fully charged for VAT, and then depending on level of your pledge, either you're gonna get a refund of that VAT and you will pay upon receiving the parcel.
Yeah, so it's like this. If the gross value of your pledge exceeds £135, we will refund the VAT to you, and you'll instead have to pay it to the delivery company at the border. They'll send you likely an email or a message of some kind, and you'll have to pay it to the delivery company. If it's under 135, then I believe you won't have to do anything, and we'll just ship it over to you, and we'll pay it on your behalf.
Yeah. We also fully register it in the UK for the VAT purposes. Well, in fact, today we have been registering even for having another extension to our VAT tax to actually have the stock in the UK. So maybe during the campaign we'll have good news for you, UK backers, about shipping. So we might be actually shipping within UK, which means our stock will be sent out to our distribution center in the UK, and then within the UK will be distribution. So you will totally avoid any other additional charges, which sometimes happen with people like FedEx, which we love them, and they love us because they give us cups. But FedEx does something crazy sometimes when they ship the parcel, and they want to overcharge customers for actually handling the parcel, which is not right. But I know for a fact that a company we're using at the moment, which is called Green Logistics, they have the good system sorted out, so that should be okay. Yeah, so that's for the UK. We're actively working. By the way, we might have found a person who's going to be looking after that business in the UK, our portion of the business. So for the sales, and then we as soon as we settle down in the UK, we're going to be extending into having full office there as well. That's side note. Okay, going back to the page quickly about us. A short video made by our team about our projects and everything we have done the last couple of years. In fact, I think this year is going to be 10th year of Archon.
Yeah, technically the 10th year, but realistically, I don't think we properly started operations until like
2014. Yes, 2014. It was actually April 2014, I think, when we have like 10 years. But there is a video we've made like long time ago. I think it's still on YouTube when it was actually in 2014. But there's gonna be a new video about us as we move the building, because this one is not good to film. Yeah. We are located currently very old building. In fact, this building is maybe 150 years old. It's been used to be actually massive train maintenance place. So everything is made out of steel and concrete and such. So yeah, but the building is very old and not very good for the office. Anyway, quickly about us. That's some of our own campaigns we did in-house internally. We're quite good at it, but you know already.
If you're watching the live stream, you're already part of the more hardcore fans probably, so you probably already know us. Yeah, but for those of you who are joining us for the first time, that's what we do here basically, and that's what we did in the last couple of years, and not last couple of years actually. That was like Wood Heaven was run in 2020, right? 2021, 2022, 2023, and now 2024. So we deliver, guys. We deliver. We keep our promises. We over-deliver, and most of the cases you may expect a little bit more components that we anticipated to give you during campaign anyway. So that things. Although mistakes happen. Okay. Right, terrain comparison. You know that already. So we did some more terrain comparison between competition and stuff. I think you can tell quite easily how much you get for your money, so it's a value for money. I think that's the thing about the our terrain. It is affordable, and you get really a lot of it, and the quality is it's a little bit more than the typical quality you will find, I think, in a competition, because we tend to design everything kind of like we would do for hobby product instead of actually non-hobby product, right? So that's the slight difference between us and competition, and you know that, right? So for those of you who just some infographics about how why our terrain is so cool and awesome.
We got to go back to this. That needs to be pre-painted. This needs to be pre-painted, and I think we have to add several other spurs to that.
Well, that's going to be a challenge, I think. I feel like selling that, set that big.
Yeah, but now with the pre-painting technology, so something new we have developed here. It's a game changer for me, for the company, for us in general. It's a huge game changer. So let's have a look quickly about some questions. So the question Derek asked.
Yeah, its prices are in USD on our page. If you have a look now, they were in euros some time ago, but we have changed them to USD.
Yeah, we changed them to USD. Why we have changed them to USD? Just quickly, because majority of our customers actually from United States. So we look through the amount, and then also GameFound mentioned that they have extremely good exchange rates. So looking at exchange rates, you get very close what is currently given on Google, basically. So it's not like you're gonna be overcharged. At least that's what the GameFound told us. So we decided to go with the United States dollars, and then yeah. What else then? Yeah, that's correct. I had some experience with I had some bad experience D&L delivery in the past with FedEx. I think this is to UK, right? FedEx. You have to bear in mind a couple things. We monitor our shipping. How they called? Jesus Christ, our numbers. So basically, if there is too many, we allow at least 1% of kind of damaged parcels, and this is coming from the supply, from the FedEx or other companies. They kind of pay for this one. I think what is very, very important, if you receive anything from FedEx, like if you receive any parcel which is damaged, you should just put the claim through. You're gonna keep the product, and then the FedEx is gonna pay you money for that anyway. That's how it works sometimes.
Well, usually, people just reach out to us if something's missing as well. But,
yeah,
you do have to look at things at scale, which is what we're trying to do as well. As Eric mentioned, 1%, it's really not that much. If you look at the entire delivery of the campaign and how many packages we truly deliver.
Yeah.
Same in comparison to like other shipping companies.
Same goes for the mistakes, right? We all, we pack in here internally in-house. We try to put the systems in place to make sure we won't have any packing. But if you look at the flow chart of packing process, you will find that there's a box, there's a packing, there is a shrink wrapping, and then it goes into large packing boxes. And then when it comes to actually pledges, because we're giving so much away and so much things actually you can purchase through us, the mistakes may happen. So our internal target for any types of mistakes is always 2%, which is industrial standard. We try to get below that, and we have to go below that because it's a kind of waste money and things like that. However, because of the nature of these campaigns and so much product is shipped out in one simple parcel, this is something we won't be able to avoid never. However, I believe we don't have any problems with customer service. Our customer service work around the clock to actually make sure everything is fixed for you. So yeah, if you want to ask, if you don't know our experience, you can always ask. What's the name? You can always ask on the Facebook group for Dungeons and Lasers, and they will tell you how good we are in terms of actually fixing things.
Oh yeah, Nerdy Tom, one thing. Thank you for answering my question. My problem was with the egregious fees. Yes, so I believe for UK backers, if you do get FedEx asking for a payment, it's usually for the value of the VAT that was refunded to you, plus like about, I believe, £10 on top of that as a handling fee. I personally don't think they should be charging a handling fee, but it should be about like £10 or around that number.
Yeah, right. The greatest advantage on 100% reasons to buy, durability of the paint, and huge aspect. Yeah, I think you're going to see one video. Durability of the paint, you mean the pre-painted, right? So that's what
yeah, durability of the pre-painted paint. Yeah, so we do have a couple of videos actually available on the website right now. The reviews, they're unlisted on YouTube, some of them, but you are able to check them out in the review section on our page.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting question.
Would you be so kind and shine a light on the new pricing strategy of the Kickstarter, or in this case, the GameFound campaign? As a returning backer, it looks twice as expensive if VAT is also charged this time. Thank you.
For example, 24 table size plus 3 small rooms was 95 plus 95. In the third edition, the completion pledges is 149 plus 99 VAT, and so on, so on, so on. I'm totally happy to answer this question. Let me start with just overall costs of everything, right? So, I mean, you guys know inflation, and everybody knows that there is a problem to everybody. When we ran third edition, just one cost. I will tell you one cost. When we ran a third edition of the third edition, the cost for plastic we paid was round about 0.45 euros per kilogram of plastic, right? For the material itself. Nowadays we pay almost 2 euro for plastic, right? Electricity prices went almost twice, double, not one, almost 3 times the costs for the manufacturing. Although at the new building we hope we're gonna save some in electricity because we have now panels and everything else. I mean, this building is too old, we cannot actually invest any money into actually saving costs whatsoever. And the last one, the third one, I think the biggest one is basically increases wages in Poland, which went almost sky high for the last 2 years, 3 years, like, you know, in most of the country. So effectively from the point when we started many years ago to now, you will see some increases in prices. That's for sure. That's for sure. Now, also, what I was have to mention, what's the biggest change for this campaign? You get the third campaign was made out of usually 2 sprues, right? So if you go for anything which was made at 3 edition, so your core set, everything was made out of 2 sprues or a single sprue, sometimes a single sprue. Now, if we look at the core sets here, the single core set is made out of 4 sprues, right? 3 of them being totally individual designs whatsoever. So it's much more designs being put in. Almost 3 times more work time we put into this campaign than we put into any other campaign. So the quality wise, everything around this campaign is basically much higher than used to be in the previous campaigns. Yeah, I think I did show the video last time on showing, you know, you can see on the page itself the renders, and you can compare this one to straight wall, 1 tool, to 3 tools, and the massive amount of work we put into this project. So unfortunately, cost and everything else, but the quality, the amount of you get, and so on, so on, so on. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there's also the fact that, you know, we are investing a lot more into paying attention to like the quality of the overall product and the details as well. Our new sets are definitely a lot more detailed, as Lazarus mentioned in the chat.
Not only that, because this campaign will allow you not only the small things, not small things, but including some super stretch goals. Kind of super stretch goals. We decided not to go for the super stretch goals, but the value what you're gonna find with this campaign is not only within small bits, but also with the bigger bits. So at the beginning we decided not to go with the super stretch goals. This time around, I want to show you this. This is kind of the sprue design we plan to give you, and this will be about you're gonna get 2 of those sprues, so full tracks. I want to make them out of gold, not gold, sorry, the metallic plastic, so it will give you quite a lot of, you know, you can quickly assemble it. So, and you know, paint only 1 color. Do I have any sample here to show you? I don't have any sample to show you. Yeah, I do. I do have. Let me just switch camera quickly. Just quick note, this is a competition product, but as you can see here, this is basically metallic.
It's not very visible actually on the camera.
Yeah, maybe it's not visible, but it's basically that's what I want to make this one of, at least from that color.
It's very reflective. If you
maybe this camera will be better.
Well,
no, it's not. Ah, look, it is. It's kind of.
It just looks like light. It's a little bit unclear, but yeah.
Yeah. So we have some big stuff planned for this campaign, and this what we see here, like entire sprue, will be unlocked at 500,000, I believe. And then if we reach this one, maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow. So I think once this one is unlocked, you will yeah. So yeah, different values, different value of it.
John Dorian in the chat said, I imagine you've probably answered this many times already, but what exactly is PrismaCast? Is it paint or part of the casting? Yeah, so not too long ago we released a blog on this topic. You can actually visit our page in the blog section, and we have a blog going over PrismaCast. But basically it's just UV paint lasered onto the terrain. It's not actually on the terrain, but it's a very thin layer that's very hard to scrape off.
Yeah. So please expect the video from Gubert and Hobbies maybe at some point about it as well. We plan to do that with Gubert
come on,
and
don't
Hobbies.
Spoil him.
Explaining the process in and out.
It was meant to be a surprise.
All the secrets and everything. I say maybe, I didn't say it's gonna happen. So it is, you can see machine here. That machine goes back and forth and put the layer of paint on it, and then UV light harden it. Now the tricky bit and all the secret is about how we do that from almost 40mm height and everything around it, so how in general this machine works, right? So this is kind of, that's the secret. So we managed to actually work around it, we managed to prepare the files correctly as they should be, we managed to get this machine to actually do what we wanted to do. This kind of designed for us, this machine is kind of designed for us, so it's not like fully off shelf. The tricky bit was actually with getting everything like here, that graphic. So we couldn't do that with the Painter, kind of, because not with the normal graphics, because the our 2D artists struggled to actually feel the depth of this of the terrain itself. So we needed to actually use the physical painted elements, scan them, and then light them. I put them into Photoshop, work on them, align them, do the masking and everything else needed for that, and this is how we got it. So it is many step process to actually get that done, but it actually works like a magic. It literally works like a magic. I mean, there's a few videos, right? I mean, everything you see on this video, by the way, is painted by this machine, right? Everything. So this terrain on the left, this terrain on the right, everything here is painted by the machine.
Yeah, Nerdy Tom says, PrismaCast looks fantastic. Does it work with curved surfaces or only on flat? So he's asking, would it work on a dragon?
Tricky. That's tricky. Yes and no. It all depends how deep the element goes. So we cannot make too deep elements. So it is. So to make proper to make terrain for painting, we have to adjust quite a lot of our philosophy, how we design sprues, how we sculpt them, how we manufacture them. Many changes we needed to do, and the most important is the sprue needs to be as much flat as possible. Although you're not gonna get that because physically, this is for instance one for the money caves, right? So you have this bridge over there, which needs to be painted both sides, because that side needs to be also at least painted on the edges. So physically we have to drop the paint from at least 20-30mm from top to bottom. So yeah, the technology is there, which is great. However, as I mentioned on the curves here, sometimes it's not reaching. At least if you have like if you got flat curve, no chance it's not gonna reach. So what we do then, we make sure that we have a plastic at least is in the proper color. So for instance here,
just bear with us, guys.
Disappeared for a second.
Yeah, right. The campaign is supposed to launch in a minute, by the way.
Oh Jesus, yeah, no, it's not important. Life is more. No, never mind. Yeah, the campaign is gonna start in a second, but let me just keep talking. Yeah, 50 seconds to start. So then the plastic needs to be correct color. So we make a green, dark green, like the main color is the dark green. So you won't be able to kind of say difference between what is painted, what is not painted, right? Okay, the campaign is about to start. I still got like 40 seconds. I still got time to a little bit of coffee, my fuel for today. In fact, I cannot actually work without the coffee anymore. That's age. So let's watch. Let's break the. Okay, let me just change the thingy. Yeah, we're here. Hope the page won't crash or something.
Oh yeah, I really hope so. GameFound, if you're watching, please. I pray to you.
Hey, at least we're gonna have on the camera, I would say, you know. Right. I spoke with them and they said it's gonna be all fine. Should be all fine.
Heard that one before.
Starting soon, it says. Voila.
And
Okay.
there we go.
There we go.
Quickly F5.
It didn't. It starts automatically, by the way. It starts automatically, and it's not like with other campaigns like we had on the Kickstarter where we needed to actually click the button and it was like everything was like going crazy and stuff like that. You know,
A little bit sad, you know, takes away from the charm of like, you know, wow, the campaign just launched.
Yep.
Clicking the button.
Yep. What else on the campaign? We made one page which is, well, the page was refreshed, right? So we have new graphics. Okay, we have new graphics. By the way, once you start the campaign, the graphic change, and when the graphic change, you move into, you know, you have everything here on the side, and you can move around. I hope you can see all the graphics. I hope you can see everything on the page.
Yeah, should be crystal clear. If there is something unclear, you can always just, you know, let us know in the comments.
I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, the renders are really nice.
I don't know, this is one of the, wow. It's really one of those terrains which we really wanted to make it much more, spend more time on actually designing and making sure it's actually really, really good looking, comparing to other sets we've done in the past. Oh, this changed, by the way, yeah, spider nest. There was a question about the spider nest. So we needed to, or we wanted to, and we did that. We update the spider nest slightly, and you have slightly different now set with more bits and bobs, and also including the bridge which goes between the two sets here.
Yeah, we've got the deep mines as well. We really should get to work on those paint schemes, right? For the sub-themes as well. I think it would be really nice to show them off.
Yep.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, that's gonna be job for the next 14 days to actually show you as much as possible. As I mentioned, the only one thing is a problem that we need to have those things already done in a spruce.
Yeah.
If we don't have them in a spruce, we cannot do it. We could potentially just print them off like on a 3D printer and paint them, but that doesn't help much because in order to see the full painting how they're gonna be painted, you need to have more sets. But what you can,
Yeah, Ridlame, if you are a returning backer, you do not need to manually add the miniature of the Minotaur into your pledge. It will be automatic or sent to you automatically.
Game found randomly refresh by itself, not letting me to scroll down pages. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're getting there slowly. I think 50,000 is the set where we had it, set it up. Let's see if we have any comments here. Okay.
Plasma Star Lord, do these come in an ice cavern option paint scheme? What is the plan on that? Are we gonna have lava caves and ice caves as well?
I don't know. Let's see how the campaign goes.
Okay.
We need to see how the campaign goes, and then we're gonna make a call. We could potentially have it. Why not? There's always option for that. Do we get the early bird gift and the returning backer gift if we only pledge for add-ons?
No, you have to purchase a pledge. Well, there's no early bird gift. There's a follower gift and the returning backer gift, and both of these are free with your first pledge. So you must purchase a pledge in order to get them.
Yeah. Now, should we explain why? Because it's a basically part of the global thingy. It's a part of the global the way how we structure financially everything. So basically, we have to go that way. So any options to have other items as add-ons, such as market stalls?
I mean, those are available in retail right now. The market stall. Any other add-ons? Well, I'm not sure about the specific examples, but the add-ons that are on the page right now, they are the ones that will be available in the campaign. Maybe more in the pledge manager.
Yeah. So in terms of add-ons, almost getting there. We're almost getting there to the being funded. in terms of add-ons. So if you scroll here, this is what maximum we can. Oh, that looks very nice. I haven't seen that. Okay, so obviously any sub-team, if you want painted, unpainted, and then we have additional miniatures and models. If you miss this one, if you haven't signed up, you can always get another model if you want. That's 50mm base, so you can tell how big that is. RPG supplement. I know there was quite a lot of discussion about this price, where it's kind of half pricey, not pricey. I mean, we compare it to other books, and it seems to be priced correctly. Only one thing which is to remember about that one is that it's a hardcover, and we plan to do kind of it's gonna be small run anyway, so it's gonna be quite costly to actually manufacture, so we have to be kind of be careful of that. That's the big deal, I think. That's the big deal.
Yeah, the enhanced legacy rooms, definitely. They are 3 times bigger, I believe, than the ones currently in retail, and they come pre-painted. And you can also grab legacy shipping to get them sooner. Yeah. Oh, we found it already. Wow. There we go.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's good. That's great. That's awesome. Oh, we have a box new for the Queen stretch goals. That's good.
Well, that's going to need updating very, very soon.
Let's go down to the add-ons still, because we haven't talked about those things. So add-ons. Oh, we did our clip packs as well. One thing to note, a flying pirate ship is unpainted, right? Because that could be a little bit of misleading seeing actually painted, but it is unpainted. And then you have those things, including the big things, which is those all-in miniatures. I know that there was a few questions and requests, and some of the requests was like, could we just get, you know, several boxes only or separate boxes? I really wanted to do that. However, the number of SKU, a number of pick and packing products which goes in there is gonna be too much. It's gonna be too crazy, and we would struggle to, you know, really gonna have too many mistakes in the packing. So we wanted to avoid it and make it like, okay, it's one go and that's it. However, if you just need some of those elements, 2 options. Option number 1, just wait a little bit. Some of those miniatures, I mean all of them, at some point we're gonna go to retail.
Yeah, it's gonna go to retail eventually.
Yeah. And option number 2, you can always go and grab them from backers who are receiving those things. So if they don't need it or they want to resell it or something, you can always go there.
Yeah, there's always tons of people looking to resell their miniatures if they're not using them anymore, or they just don't want them.
Yeah,
I definitely recommend hopping into our Discord.
That's a big value.
Yeah, definitely. I recommend hopping into our Discord server, and there's the Bazaar channel where you can sell and buy from other people.
Jesus, did we already hit first stretch goal? No way. Oh bloody hell. Yeah, it's actually first stretch goal we getting there. The first stretch goal is there, so I'm guessing it's gonna be soon the second stretch goal, just in a few minutes.
Yeah, so Miko, what's the book symbol at some stretch goals? Yeah, that means that specific element has some additional rules in the RPG supplement.
Yeah, that's good.
There's also going to be another symbol with, sorry, which is going to be quite interesting. But well, it's exciting. I'm not spoiling anything. You'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we might get there just in a minute. But anyway, scrolling around down the bottom, I wanted to show you what else we have there. Yeah, that's the stretch goals. So yeah, that book means you will find, oh Jesus, I hope I won't break anything. You're going to find rules, and then same for if we're going to unlock some traps. I think if we unlock some traps, you're also going to see. Oh, that's Zizmon, by the way. That's him. Yeah, he's got his own miniature finally, right?
I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, so how many stretch goals we planned? Around about 60, say 70, 80 stretch goals. I think if the campaign go a little bit better, we're also going to open some super stretch goals. I did mention this one to you before. I mean, better campaign goes, better we going to be providing more and more stuff to you, like no normal campaign. But sometimes we go above and beyond. I mean by that, what we planned is not always what we always go a little bit more stuff. So yeah, so thinking like what we could do for the super stretch goals, by the way. So I did mention some big stuff. Maybe we're gonna go back to the previous and kind of what we left it. By the way, you funded now.
Oh, I'm funded. Nice. That's that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why this is not showing the as an unlock stretch goals here. Maybe
you probably just need to refresh the page.
Do I? Have a look. Let's refresh the page. Stretch goals.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's actually showing. I'm guessing we're gonna have quite a lot of them unlocked tonight still, so that would be great.
Yeah, please keep in mind, guys, we're not vampires, we're not skeletons, we're not liches. We can't stay up all night, but we will stay with you as long as we can. Updating the page and everything.
I just finished my coffee, believe me. Now I can stay here for next couple of hours. Yeah, that's something good to mention because we're based in Poland. It's round about now 8 o'clock-ish. So the team is actually doing a great job and they actually doing overtime. But most of the cases we're trying to allow people like proper life balance, work-life balance. So make sure they're actually not doing overtime. About me, that's don't worry, we work 24/7. So I'm always available if you need to have a chat with me or something. So drop me an email. What else here? Do we have?
Yeah, we can go to some questions in the.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
So Joachim says, will the miniature add-ons with multiple of the same monsters have the same sculpt, or do the poses vary? Yes. So the miniatures do have multi-parts in them. We have showed off a couple of the parts of them, but we will show more as you know the campaign progresses and they're ready.
I can explain more. Okay, so what's the logic here and what we want to change? This is what Shimon is keep pushing on us constantly about that. These changes, what we want to do. We want to make sure that if we have like one goblin and you see that goblin with the sword, right? You should have at least 5 swords to make. Well, you have 4 goblins here, yeah? So at least 4 swords to actually make all 4 goblins with the swords. And same for each of the weapon. Now, what we did with that, because we have increased the price here to $39, and the number of miniatures, we actually added 1 more sprue. So I have 1, 2, and 3 sprues. This will be divided into 3 sprues. When the one single sprue will be just for 4 miniatures, and then every single options you will find there, right? So I think that was the right way to go, because this will allow us to actually create many options for you to assemble your miniatures the way you want. As Shimon always pushed on, because you wanted to have them like.
I mean, this isn't the full extent of my vision. Don't kill me off yet. This isn't the full extent of my vision yet. I still have, but I'm still planning on pushing more.
How they call us on Daka, almost Archon.
Yeah.
So this time around, in terms of miniatures, needs to do proper Archon instead of almost Archon.
Instead of almost Archon, it should be always Archon.
Always Archon. That's what it is. And so because of that, you will find many options for the miniatures, and it's going to be slightly different than Deus Lair. Deus Lair, we need to do it a slightly different. Deus Lair was actually only 2 separate options for each of the miniature instead of 3 or 4 or 5. So here will be different because we can divide them sprues slightly in other way, right? Mm-hmm. And then if we find the space, you're gonna get at least minimum 2 props, but we believe we will fill in the sprue with all the elements, make sure there's more. Now to give you some idea about how many options we can put in, I do have lots of the prime example was actually Wolfenstein sprues with the miniatures, when we had like 8 miniatures and several options of weapons in there. Mm-hmm. Kind of, so it will allow us so that would be great.
Yeah, so some questions. Nutty Tom, what scale are your infantry miniatures?
Where's the question? Sorry.
Woodhaven infantry are very small, smaller than Deus Lair. Yeah, so this is going to be the same scale as Deus Lair, I believe, which is 32 millimeters.
Yes.
An actual 32 millimeters. Instead of the made-up numbers used by some companies.
Okay, so going back to Woodhaven infantry, Woodhaven, we decided to go with 28 millimeter models, and we kind of haven't done our homework because we thought everybody is actually doing 28 model miniatures, and they are physically 28. But I don't know what they call 28 because we have received so many samples post-campaign, and we compare our miniatures to competition, and we find out our miniatures actually being 28. Rated small, tiny, but most of the competition already moved to 32, but I still call them 28. So I don't know what they kind of calling. So Moving forward from the last campaign, which is there was like we decided to go 32mm, which is not that big difference, to be honest. I mean, there is physically you can tell it is a slightly small, but yeah, I think moving forward everything will be 32 because we have to be aligned with the competition about that on that. Yeah. So what else?
Some of these abominations are truly horrifying for the menagerie.
I know.
I do like them.
I know who's gonna scope them. I want one of the sculptors to scope them, and Conrad. I want Conrad to scope them and see, because Conrad's got that feeling for Maciej, both of them actually, and they have great feeling on the organic sculpting organic space.
Eldritch abominations. You can't go wrong with them.
Yep. And they go great with the train, by the way. That train, and that's the idea. What else there? Let's check the page. Maybe some questions on the page, right? I'm gonna go scroll up. Let's have a look. What's the?
Hopefully nothing's broken.
Where we are with? Yeah, I'm trying to move there. Okay. Wow. Project is moving. That's great. Comments.
I have a very simple question. I would love answered. Are all the minis available within this campaign fully pre-assembled, including already being attached to their bases? No. We wish. We wish, but no. They will arrive on sprues and they won't be painted.
Yeah, and that's correct. That's correct answer as well here. We make hobby products. So hobby products require at least a little bit of work on assembly, and especially for the miniatures. But hobby products guarantee you much better quality than anything else, comparing to PVC miniatures, for instance. There's a lots of to talk about the difference between PVC and miniatures and the HIPS miniatures. But the biggest aspect of that one, you get quality and matched quality to anything else you will find on the market. But then you have to spend some time on assembling. The bit about the assembling is the way we cut miniatures. We try to cut in as fewer pieces as possible in order to, make sure you can assemble miniatures. You can go actually on our page, archon-studio.com, and go to the download section, and within that download section you can check on the manuals and you can see how many pieces we usually have for each of the miniature. Yeah. Okay. Is there an option to get all core sets, or I choose one ×9?
Yeah, I believe it's just a small confusion with how you choose your exact, like the exact sets you want to receive. There is a little drop-down menu. You do have to click a button to show it. But others have already pointed out in the comments for this comment.
So very important also, if you for the first time backer, for the first time you backing, if you make any mistake during the campaign, don't worry about it. There is no need to send us an email, because the next step, the next milestone is called Pledge Manager, and in that Pledge Manager we're gonna send out a proper what's the name, the manual for you to go through step by step how to choose what you want. Right, so you don't have to choose what you want right now. You're still gonna have at least 3 months to change your mind about which set you want to have. We're gonna be showing you more and more about those sets, so then you can actually choose the one you want.
Yeah, so Esther just said, if I pledge now, can I easily upgrade my pledge later on? Yes, absolutely. You will be able to upgrade your pledge easily without any issues once we open the Pledge Manager. Yeah,
we have a repeating question, one more, which is on the stupid stretch goal. There is a book and a colored paint. There is already colored painted.
Oh, it's
let's
already,
have a look.
Yeah,
it's already reaching that level. Okay. Let's go to stretch goals. I will explain you right now. So, what the book means, you will find them in, because we haven't unlocked the PDF yet. So in a physical book, you will find that, or in PDF. The coloring means that if you're going to choose pre-painted set, this stretch goal, which is part of terrain set, it's gonna be pre-painted for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now that's a surprise, isn't it?
So if you choose pre-painted, that terrain will be fully pre-painted. So this is what I think I talked about that one back in one of the because this question came from one of you, by the way, and the question was, by the way, trapped, elements, terrain pieces in the stretch goals, are they going to be pre-painted? And we said at the beginning, well, kind of no, but then you actually were right. and we took a little bit step back and said, okay, you know what? If people actually gonna go for pre-painted terrain, we have to provide them pre-painted pieces of terrain, which gonna be found in a stretch goal. So here you have. You go full painted. We also gonna go full painted with you. Did I say that right?
Sure,
almost.
Sure, we can.
Almost, but yeah. Okay, so you know, wow, what is that? So yeah. What else there? Oh, what's that? Okay. What else? Let's go back and check the questions. Thank you. Yep. Thank you,
Mike. So what about that duck dragon? Yeah, that's a good one.
Not many people know, but we've been having like this duck dragon. We find out actually done it. You haven't done it, right? Lost the you did lost the voting on the last campaign.
Wasn't it a previous campaign? Wasn't it for D&L 3?
Maybe so. There's a full story about the duck dragon. I mean, anyway, there's a full story about the duck itself. Maybe you tell the story about the duck. You know the story about the duck?
I don't think I remember.
Ducks, because people requested dogs, and we say ducks, and we did ducks, and there was actually communication issue. Let's say we Ponglish something.
Yeah, I remember.
It was funny. It was funny. But the duck dragon was actually one of the miniatures which we haven't done it, only because it lost voting. We do sometimes the community voting about what you would like to have in the campaign, and one of them was there. Oh, that's the help you. Thank you for helping me out. So the last campaign, Sleipnir lost to the Cockatrickle. That's
Cockatrice.
True. Cockatrice. Sorry for my pronunciation of that word.
You got some glasses last time, didn't you? Aren't you supposed to be wearing them?
I do. No.
Oh, okay.
My head is actually too wide for my glasses and look like not very. Yeah.
It means you have a big brain. It's good.
No, I don't have. Well, big head doesn't mean big brain, believe me. But anyway, let's move on here. Is there more questions? There are 6 stretch goals showing on a page. Yeah. So in a stretch goal, if you click on a stretch goal, this is what is you can see. You can see 6 of them here. What is being? Let me just refresh because I believe some of them being already. Yeah. What is already unlocked, what is already unlocked here, what is already to be unlocked here. So that's how it works. I mean, I really like this feature of GameFound, by the way, because I don't know if Kickstarter implemented this one. I don't think so, but this feature is amazing because, as I mentioned, it's like 8 o'clock now here. We're probably gonna stay with you till 10 o'clock-ish, something like that. But then everybody needs to go home, and the campaign runs 24/7, right? So it will update automatically with everything which is new and so on. So that is great. That is great. Are we going to reach 170 just in a minute within first hour?
Yeah.
Wow. This is crazy. Yeah, that's correct. Yes, we're going there. Okay, that's very good.
Watch the rest of the world just wake up and unlock all the stretch goals before we come back tomorrow.
We won't run out of stretch goals. I already told my team if we're going to run out what we planned, we're gonna create more stretch goals. That's it.
Oh, well, it's my first time hearing that. It's good to know.
That's what it is. We are so efficient at the moment in terms of tooling, manufacturing, and everything else, and sculptor-wise, that I don't think we can go a little bit more crazy with it. So, right. What else? Any more questions here? Okay. So, that's correct. So they call them 28 heroic scale. So the proportions are 32 but not all of them. That is correct. I do remember Games Workshop used to call the miniatures 28mm. Then they moved into 28 heroic scale, which was like slightly bigger. And they said, and then now they actually moved to 35 or something like that, something bigger. So Space Marines, everything is moving up now. I remember my creeks were from Forge, what was tiny small one, and then new creeks from Kill Team, they're much bigger.
Yeah, that's what good nutrition does for you.
Yeah.
Duck Dragon wasn't a losing vote. It was a possible super stretch goal that we didn't reach. There we go.
Here we go. Thank you for the for bringing this one up. Yeah. So if we haven't, then maybe he will be back. Very cool.
Jesus, Mike, please.
Okay. Hi, Mike. Like your sense of humor.
Yeah, that British humor certainly coming through.
That's good. And have you thought about the story? In fact, we did. I think Derek, which is in the comments here as well, he sent me some ideas, and but it's a little bit too late for this one. But in the future, definitely we plan to actually have storage solutions. So nice carry bag. You can actually put all your bits in there, all your miniatures and all your terrain, and then you can carry to friends, or you can basically store them somehow on the shelf or something like that. So yes, not with this campaign, next campaign, with printed logo, with everything around that. So yeah, but it was a little bit too late for that for this campaign, because I didn't get the samples, and I need to see physical samples and how the product quality is before we decide to actually get, because that needs to be outsourced, right? So that's the thing.
Trabaku Lass, when is your next campaign? How much time do I have to recover and have some money? We'll leave your wallet alone for probably about a year, right?
Yeah, that is a good one. Which it looks like if you want to pay with pledge with the PayPal, the transaction is immediate, and then right. So PayPal might not actually work with this campaign.
Are you sure it's immediate? Because I mean, I definitely know Stretch Pay definitely works with PayPal now, and that's almost always only usually charged at the end of the campaign.
Okay, so
we'll have to look into it.
Something my team needs to send over. I mean, just literally a couple minutes ago, we phoned them up. Before the campaign started, before the live started, we phoned them up asking questions about the PayPal and other things. But if it's not working the way it should, definitely we're gonna speak with GameFound. I know the PayPal is kind of new feature, so maybe it's causing some problems. So stay tuned on that one. If you cannot process with any other way of payments and you wanna go with a PayPal, I hope it's gonna work. Oh, the PayPal transaction is made, but the funds won't go until the end of the campaign. Or maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah, this does make sense, because you do have up to 14 days, I believe, to issue or ask for a refund, and it's refunded to you at no cost. After that,
yeah.
there are transaction fees that go in, which does force us to.
That makes sense.
Like it takes away like 10% about.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So you will be charged. You will be charged at the end of the campaign. So that's going to be on 27th. So that's good to know. That's good to know.
I mean, because they're saying they're being charged now, but it's not going to come to us physically until the end of the campaign.
Right. Okay. Right. Use PayPal. They take the fee upfront and charge them. Okay.
Is Mr. Bonji, is Prismacast available in retail at the moment? Yes, it is. You can hop on our website or any other local retailer, and you can order the half-wall dwarven mine. We actually showed it off right here. The one you see on the right, that's the dwarven mines. It's all pre-painted as well.
Yeah, pre-painted. There is several reviews on YouTube. I mean, Mike is still here. Mike can give you his link to his channel. He reviewed them. But this is basically that set. I mean, there's a little bit. I think it's a little bit more pieces in that set. I mean, I assembled this one with what I have. But by the way, that's those miniatures.
Anyways, more questions.
Yes, keep them coming. I'm gonna be showing miniatures because I love miniatures. Look at that.
Do the dwarfs all have team members they are based on? Yes, I believe they do, except for, well, maybe the king too, but I'm not sure about that. But yes, all the dwarfs do have a team member that they are based on.
Oh, I used to be Patchback.
Next question. Hot tip. Please do a sprue or two of multi-part generic fantasy adventures. A wizard, dwarf, fighter, cleric, elf, etc.
That's next campaign.
Good. I've been asking for that for quite some time. Yeah. Do you have any way to show how you plan for the ledger's stretch goal, or how it will connect with the sets?
We have engineering drawings, so if we're going to show them, we're gonna be showing engineering drawings. So which Martin actually did. So it's gonna be part of the update, I think. So yeah, we want to show you exactly how most of the things works.
Yeah, do we have to add the miniature by hand? The Minotaur by hand? No, you do not. It will be given to you. With like no input from your side. You don't have to do anything. If you're a returning backer, we'll send it to you. You likely won't be able to see in your pledge. You probably will see the follow bonus miniature, but the returning backer miniature, we have to get a separate document for that, I believe, and check it that way. But yeah, we will send it to you. Maybe just have a stretch goal of a huge well so we can do a proper dungeon of the Mad Mage. We'll see.
You had some ideas about one of the campaign, right? In the future campaigns. What was that?
I mean, I always have ideas. I just don't know if they're good.
There's no bad ideas. Never. There's a rule which I learned many years ago in a corporation I used to work, that there is no bad ideas. The ideas we have to discuss, and then from the bad ideas or stupid ideas, you will always come up with something great.
Will the miniatures like the 4 spiders have the same or different poses? Same for the Evil Eye and Abomination minis. I'm asking since they don't have that symbol and all have the same images.
Okay, so I think most of the that's good, but that's very good question. That's very good question. So the miniatures we usually sell, if I go that quickly there, the miniatures usually we sell, if I open, heroes miniatures or a spider, this type of, or even non-complex miniatures, they usually you can assemble it one way. Only the miniatures we want to do like multi-poses are these ones. The problem with that miniature is if we're going to make like this type of miniature multi-posable, they're gonna look very bad because
he's specifically referring to like the spiders. For example.
The spiders.
Yeah, and the abominations.
Nah, there will be variety. I mean, in terms of legs, there's no problem to make it the way that you can actually assemble it slightly different. So don't worry about the spiders. Heroes. What I'm talking about is basically large stuff like this spider, for instance, which is only one single one, and then the heroes as well. So those
the bosses.
The bosses. They need to be actually assembled the way we cut them, right? So it's like monopose. I would say the monopose. There's a full story about this.
Well, they're monopose with optional parts. That's the way to.
That's correct. Them. That's correct to describe everything. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, like with the Malevolent Menagerie, for example, he was asking like, are they going to be like meaningful differences between like the the sculpts between like the two.
If you see two here, definitely we're not providing copies, so you're not gonna get one the same miniature twice. There's gonna be some difference. We can actually repose it arms, we repose wings and such. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a good question. Which one this?
Yeah. Is there a possibility that more add-ons will be added in throughout the process of the campaign? Probably not during the campaign, but during the Pledge Manager, yes. Or do we have something during the campaign planned?
No, but we always listen to you, to your voice, and if there is some demand to actually add something as add-ons, we will consider it. But we won't consider in this one during campaign, but only in the Pledge Manager. Same goes for the sets of stretch goals from this campaign. Okay, so we will see how much stretch goals we have unlocked, how many spruce is going to be at the end, because most of the cases whenever we assume it's going to be 60 tools last campaign, it was actually 66 because we added more tools for the stretch goals. So we need to first wait till the campaign is finished to know how many pieces and how many tools and how many spruce is in the stretch goals, and then in a Pledge Manager we're probably going to make available stretch goals for you to buy as an additional set. Yeah.
Mike says, I have 5 videos about this campaign already with a promo pack. More videos to come, including walking around my town with a Prismacast tile on my foot to test durability. Yeah,
that's cool. Mike, if you want to see how the factory works, how everything, plastic is made, and you want to make video about it, the outdoors are open. So if you want to fly over to Poland, I'll pick you up from Poznań, drive you around here, take you to our factory and show you the factory if you want. And you can make video out of it. I don't mind. Okay, more questions.
Question, how will Prismacast work with the cleared plastic? Will you only paint some parts of the carnage tract or paint thinner layers to make the clear plastic pop?
Yes, yes, and yes. So in both questions, I would say yes. Some of the elements needs to be fully overpainted, and some other elements needs to like tiny shading only. And with this machine, with this ability, we can actually do tiny shading, and we can shade some elements of the carnage as well. So this is next to go next to go to show you how it looks, because obviously we need to prepend something. You know, we need to show you how the technology works. But we did that already on one of the sprue of the miniatures. On a gelatin cube, and which I had it somewhere, but I don't have it anymore because somebody nicked it. I don't know, was it? Somebody nicked it from my office. So I was going to show you this, but unfortunately missed opportunity here. But before the campaign ends, we will show you the example of how the pre-painted clear plastic looks. I think it's gonna be on the sewers. I want to do a test on the sewers, just to show you how sewers could look. I mean, imagine sewers being pre-painted and having some, you know, something like, you know, swimming in there, because we can paint everything you want. You know, some snakes, some other stuff. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Prisma cast for life. Let's go.
It's a huge game changer. I didn't expect that. I know it. I didn't expect that, but to be honest with you, it's a huge game changer for us as a company. And we just came back from Gamma. Gamma is the trade show in USA. Our team was there, and there was you know, having discussion with different retailers, distributions, and we showed them pre-painted stuff, and they were just like, "Wow, this is new stuff. This is completely, you know, the quality-wise and price-wise, and just everything ticks all the boxes." So yeah. Yeah. So for us, it's gonna be big game changer.
Yes, we can head over to some questions, or answer the rest of them, I guess. Michael Peachy, question: will there be plans to re-release older miniatures in 32mm scale? They'll have to be retooled completely, so probably not. But you know, I mean, maybe in the future we'd have to probably put them on different tools. But yeah, like it'd be probably too much work.
I was thinking about that one actually on the way here to work this morning. That this question keeps coming back to us like a boomerang about the miniatures from, and I think at this stage I don't see the financial, you know, the business reasons to actually do so. There's no business case to actually do so. Maybe in the future when we're going to do like proper miniatures campaign and do like retail, go back to the to these miniatures, maybe then. But at the moment, I don't think.
Yeah, Mike says, I would love you to revisit the Elven stained glass window tiles. I actually really like them too. I'd actually like us to revisit it too in the future. It was in like D&L 2, I think, but it lost the vote, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Ancient Elf Ruins, very nice as well. I've seen mention of those tracks for a minecart. What set are those on? Can I buy them through this campaign? They will be in the stretch goals. Are we going to offer them as well as an add-on?
Sorry, I was reading. Second. Sorry, I was reading comments.
Yes, so Bryce, he's asking for the minecarts.
Yes.
He's asking what set they're in. They're in the stretch goals, and he's asking if he can buy additional sets.
Okay, so you're gonna get not one, you're gonna get 2 sprues of these. That's
two
what
sprues.
2 sprues of these. So you're gonna get quite a lot of tracks. The target for that one we set up is around about 500,000. So we believe maybe halfway through campaign, or maybe towards the end of the campaign, it's gonna be unlocked. So this means you're gonna get 2 of these sprues, 2 cards and all the rails and everything else. And to mention also, it's gonna I want, and I think it's my executive decision to make them in silver plastic. This is silver plastic. Oh yeah, you can see it right now, I believe. So it's a fully silver, and that's where you're gonna get it. So even if you have to paint it, you only have to paint the ledges. That's what they call them, or the bars, basically the wooden one things, and that's about it. But that's what it is. Can you buy more? Yes. Are they going to be part of the stretch goal pack? Probably as a full set of stretch goal, but if there's gonna be huge demand, so please keep commenting. If there's gonna be huge demand, we're gonna make them separately, and you can buy more sets of these elements. We did that for you previously. We did that with previous campaign with a flying ship, for instance, for airship. I don't see any problem here, but as long as there is requirement for that, right? We will do that.
Yep.
Let me just go back to the page. Yes. Okay.
We can maybe check how we're doing with the funding.
Funding. Go to the funding.
Oh wow, that's certainly a number.
For 40 minutes is very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's a very good number. Wow, amazing. Amazing. We're gonna run out of some stretch goals. So look, we have halfway through
Don't say
that. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. When you plan,
it's good.
It's a good thing when you plan campaign and you put some numbers together and then you get higher numbers. But it means we can go crazy with stuff we unlock and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, there's a question, Arturo. I'm a little confused. Which miniatures are included in the core set? Yeah, there aren't any miniatures in the core set. This campaign is strictly for terrain. There are miniatures in the add-ons mainly, and there's a couple of dwarven miniatures in the stretch goals, but the stretch goals are free with every single pledge you purchase.
Yeah. So if you need more miniatures, you can get these 2 sets, 3 sets. If you need even more miniatures, you can go for the full all-in Deusler set of miniatures, that's physical picture. I asked my team to actually take this photo, actually to assemble, all the miniatures to show on one photo, but it's a blob of pixels at the moment because there's so many miniatures in that set, right? So
yeah, lots of very cool looking minis in there, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
6 kilograms. There is a lot. That's a lot of plastic.
There's a lot of plastic, really a lot of plastic, and yeah.
Michael, no, we do not accept kidneys as payment for pledges. I'm sorry.
Hey, hold on. Maybe hold on. We can stroke some deal. Hey?
Okay, if you can get them lab grown, that should probably be fine and ethical. But do not sell your own or anyone else's kidneys.
Yeah, but it's a good question. Hey, with this campaign for the first time, we have something like with stretch pay, which is called stretch pay. So even if you want to go for something bigger, you can always choose a stretch pay for that.
Are the Minecarts and Tracks fitting with the Dwarven Mine and Train in a box in retail? Oh, they're not in the box. But yes, you will be able to use them with that set because they just work with the pins. I'm pretty sure, so you can just pin them in. Yeah. You can use it on any set, virtually any set for D&L.
I'm not prepared to show you that because I only got that one graphic, but we also have all these engineering drawings to show how everything works. If it's needed, we will share it. We will share it. Should add the add-ons miniatures. That's correct. Hold on. Have a look on the stretch goals. Oh, there's more stretch goals. Traps, mushroom sets.
Yeah, we got some new stretch goals unlocked. Wow, amazing. Some more pre-painted ones as well in there.
Yeah, that is a quite large element, and this is what some of you were asking for. How we connect 2 sets together. So we had idea about making either you're gonna make a wall plus floor, right? Mm-hmm. What's happening?
I'm sorry, I can't focus because of Mike. I'm sorry.
Or we're gonna go for like a half arch. So we decided to go for a half arch, and this is your kind of entrance to caves. Pre-painted. Okay.
When will there be confirmation if I receive my Minotaur as a returning backer? Yeah, you probably won't. Because it'll be probably saved on a document that's just like on our in our
it's gonna be on the
database.
Yes, it's gonna be on the back end. Mm-hmm. So how we do and how we check those things, if we have to check manually, most of the cases, because we always use GameFound for Pledge Manager. Mm-hmm. So we basically comparing backers to previous backers, and we know exactly who should get it. However, I think there's a built-in feature here in the GameFound itself, which basically will tell us exactly who's gonna get returning backer. So don't worry. Even if we miss, and if you're not gonna get it, send us an email and we will send you over. Even if we miss, but I don't think we will miss because last time we did well with that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a very good question. How do the silver sprues take of the tracks take paint? Do they need to be primed?
No, it's like normal
so it's just plastic.
It's a dye. It's a basically silver dye. like any other type of plastic, right?
Yeah, and if you think you are missing the returning backer reward, please reach out to us through our support email. We will send a copy to you as soon as possible.
Hello guys, congratulations on the project. Will stretch goals be available as add-on like in a previous campaign, previous crowdfunding? Yes, they will be in a pledge manager, and we have to wait to unlock every single one to know how many sprues will be there, and then price it accordingly.
Oh yeah, there's one thing. Do you know who won the contest for the you know?
Like, no, I don't know.
You don't need more sprues.
I don't know who won the contest. I think this is with Kamil, so Kamil will gonna get in touch with person who won. Or maybe he did already.
Okay, well there is one thing.
I don't need.
I think the video that won. I may have given the deciding vote on that.
You did.
By giving it a 5.
Okay.
It is definitely a very funny video. I will say.
Nearly 50-50 between pre-painted and unpainted. Amazing. Yeah, this is great. I mean, that was my assumption as well.
Yeah.
Totally, that was my assumption that we should have around about 50-50. Because of for years, like we've been doing this 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now with the Dungeons Lasers. And most of you who know us basically used to buy product and, you know, spend some time on our hobby products and pre-paint stuff. So. And this pre-painted, it's mainly actually attractive to people who never bought the D&L because they don't have time for painting. Oh, I did that one. Yeah, so I wanna just quickly show you how beautiful it is. It is amazing though. It is really great. We're gonna be adding more pictures and more pictures to the page once the most sprues actually come into me pre-painted. So yeah.
Are the trees from previous campaigns something that could be done in Prismacast?
Actually, I did trees. I do have a sample over there. Should I grab it quickly? Yes.
Yeah, this is a quite old sample, actually, I believe.
This is a very old sample, by the way. So don't judge book by its picture, but we did sample.
It's cover, but yeah.
Cover. Sorry. By the way, we did test it, so we could do it easily. So we did test on leaves, by the way. So I don't know how. You know what?
Yeah, this was like a very, very early test. So obviously it's not very good.
My full face. That's what it is. It's not very. The color wasn't right there, but as you can see, we can do very, very selective. And the bark wasn't done. We haven't done it, but I think we find solution for the bark itself, actually to paint it as well the way you wanted. So we test that one, and yeah. We think we could do it at some point, but not with this campaign, obviously, right? This technology is great, no? It's very, very, you can paint selectively what we want. And let me show you maybe some other sample. I'm happy to show you some samples, but they kind of misaligned, and they just samples of something we tested and here and there. 1 second, let me just maybe quickly.
Will there be different options for the pre-painted? Belly of the Beast is red, but I really love purple.
That's the swamp itself. Now, I didn't like the colors because they were too white here. And also the graphic wasn't aligned correctly. And it was just quick test to see what we can do. But what we can do in... Okay, my finger... Okay, I need to move left to move right. What we could do here, you can see that. You can do, swampy things and everything else, like fully nicely. Yeah, you can see it now. Yeah, you can put some animals even in there, some beings, but yeah. So it was tested, and it was only old settings and the first settings we had, like a machine, just to see how everything was before we tweaked. We can do much better than this now, but it might be at some point. But we'll see. Definitely might actually be in the retail first. Yeah. I hope you like what you see. But believe me not, when we start this process like 4 months ago or 5 months ago, and where we are now, it's just a miles ahead. I think we still will be improving it through this campaign, and then yeah.
How will closing pledge manager with stretch pay work? Yeah, so how stretch pay works is you can only use it once per campaign. You can also use it in the Pledge Manager if you haven't used it in the campaign. But yeah, it will just be 6 separate payments that are just split over the course of
yeah, so you have
6 months.
You have info there. Once you select the pledge, once you select the way you want to pay for it, you can, once you select the stretch pay, it will tell you exactly the dates your card will be charged. So on those dates, you just have to make sure that you have a funds on that bank account, and that's about it. So there's no additional charges. There's no additional, I don't know, like a loan things. If you miss your payment, you can always contact us and say, look, I missed my payment, I would like to clear it out. You can clear out everything at one go if you want in the future. So if you want to just split into 2 payments, you can do 2 payments. You can do 3 payments, up to 6 payments basically. So we give you option for actually paying off in 6 different payments. Something to mention, which you would have mentioned, if you want to like legacy shipping of elements, that needs to be paid off. Like everything before we start shipping, because obviously obvious reasons, right? So yeah.
No, you don't need to pay it off, but if you want to receive it earlier, then yes, you do need to pay it off. Yeah, question was read but not answered. Different colored options for like Belly of the Beast. I don't think this is something we're planning right now at this moment in time.
No, not at this moment in time. The amount we have of products on this campaign is huge, and I was trying to convince Michał and other people to actually maybe come up with other color schemes for everything, like, you know, give you 2 options or maybe even 3 options of color schemes, and we will struggle to fulfill this campaign not only on time but with yeah. So we have to stay with one kind of focus. In the future, we might do something different when we have slightly less sub teams and slightly less core teams, and then allow more paint schemes to actually choose from. Yeah.
Luna Lovedale, can the Carnage Tract be painted? Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Oh. Yes. It will be painted. It can be painted as well. This was discussed a bit earlier, where you know we will like go over certain bits and probably leave certain bits left unpainted, so the clear plastic can shine through.
Should click on that one to be much faster. So the Carnage itself, the Carnage Tract. So definitely the veins, everything else which is here needs to be painted like a fully red vein, and then the rest of that stuff needs to stay clear because it's a kind of blood. It is the blood. So anything which meant to be solid, it will be solid, painted like a solid should be, right? Everything which is liquid, it will stay liquid. Same on the walls. Some of the elements will stay clear. Some of the elements will be fully painted. Some of them will have only shade. Yeah.
Yeah. So Shamila Butter's question: can someone help me? I pledged the last campaign and I have confirmation of payment, but I have not had shipping info yet. Yes. So shipping is estimated to last 2 more weeks, approximately, I believe.
Yeah. No more than that.
Yeah. I do recommend checking the current status of your pledge. If it's currently placed paid, then everything is paid for and it will be shipped in those 2 weeks. But when it updates to shipped, you will receive a tracking number in the notes section of your pledge, and you can use that tracking number to exactly like look at where your package is.
Yeah. Thomas got the follow-up question here, which I'm not quite sure if you...
Okay, so if I close the pledge manager with increased value, will it just be paid as a single sum? But what if I decrease the value? Won't be the case, just asking. So for stretch pay, that is a good question.
It's a good question. I don't think you can actually, haven't seen yet decreasing the value in the pledges. That's the thing. But there will be also shipping cost, right? So which you don't see here is going to be in pledge manager. So even if you want to, you can offset always shipping pledge if you want to pick, you know, something smaller instead of something bigger. Yeah.
Well, specifically for this question, if you add anything else on top of that, if you're already paying for stretch pay, you will have to pay it as an immediate, a full sum. If you decrease it, I'd imagine it probably decreases your monthly payment, but I can't confirm at this stage. But definitely, if you do decide to add something to your stretch pay pledge, you will have to pay it immediately upfront. But then, like the rest of you'll still be able to make those monthly payments for the original pledge you made.
Sorry, I need some water. Okay.
Will there be an add-on for extra stretch goals? Currently, possibly yes, but in the pledge manager,
yes.
We have to check how many stretch goals will be unlocked in this campaign, and then we'll add them in. Creation rights. I just received my Deus Lab pledge today. The book's lovely. Still going through the rest of the things. Great. Let us know how your assembled miniatures go.
This book actually is very, very good now. Can you just bring on a full screen? So what quality you may expect is basically exactly the same quality. It's hardcover, right? And Deus Lab book is actually very, very good quality, content-wise as well. And that's actually, this is a for the universe introduction and some campaign. And then the other book was for the bestiary. This time around we have slightly different because we're gonna have a bestiary. We're gonna have everything, all the elements you can see on the campaign, so like a traps and rules for the traps and everything around it. I think you have a full description over there, right? Do we have a full description what you will find in the book? Let me just have a look, because I know the
sure we do,
team was discussing this one. I know team was discussing because we want to make sure that we tell you exactly what you're going to find. Oh, I was the one which I prepainted, maybe on the machine. The RPG supplement, that's the one. Don't want to drop it. Okay, I'm back. What it says? Does it say much? So the supplement includes the 3 mini campaigns along with a section of the side missions and the small bestiary. However, you find okay, right. So what you're also going to find? Definitely, you're going to find the rules for anything which is unlocked here, like a traps and such. Maybe some mimic rules for the mimics. Why not? Let me just refresh page quickly because I can see the yeah.
Oh, we're closing in on 300,000 almost. That's...
What?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. No.
I said we're closing in. I didn't say we're there yet.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I got a little bit confused. Okay.
The pledge manager opens. Don't have the funds for it at the moment. That is entirely fine. You can wait until the pledge manager opens, and but if you want to, unlock more stretch goals, then definitely I do recommend supporting the campaign. But if it's not something that's possible for you right now, then yeah, I do encourage you to just wait for the pledge manager.
How many pages we estimated for the book? We estimated around about 150 to 200 pages.
Mm-hmm. What's the background music, please? Reminds me of Diablo.
Somebody I finally asked this question. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if I should say. It's our own music. It's a music made for us for a project which we have in the pipeline. But after a year, somebody asked a question about the music. Okay.
Yes to Minecarts as an add-on. Yeah, keep the comments going, guys.
Yeah. It will definitely happen. Okay, so I think if we get like, can we get the music? Yeah. We can make it downloadable. I've got like 3 or 4 tracks of this music, by the way. It was for the projects which I called Hellgate. It was Hellgate was actually working name project, right? Not the final name whatsoever, not the project name, not the IP name, but was called Hellgate.
How well does Prismacast take acrylic paint? If I want to tint them or paint additional details myself, normally I prime your terrain before I paint it.
Yep, there shouldn't be any problem with paints whatsoever. And Mike is in a chat, so I can ask Mike. I think it's like normal. It's like normal. What's the name? Like normal plastic if you paint over it, so it should be fine. It is fine. We expected 500k goal to be reached about halfway through. Yeah, I believe I'm going to. That's for sure. I'm going to. You have to bear in mind the campaign. Usually, it's very like it's going great, not great, but it's always like a U curve. So it starts high and then slows down completely during halfway through the campaign and go pick up a little bit at the end. That's the normal trend. So Where we today sitting now? 282. So 300 should be by midnight, right? Something. Yeah.
Brophy says, if I only order legacy items and legacy shipping, will I be charged shipping again in the Pledge Manager, even though I won't have anything coming during regular fulfillment? I believe if you only have legacy items, you don't need to necessarily add legacy shipping. Is that correct? Because the payment or the shipping isn't split.
Yeah, that's important. I think we haven't said that on the page, but if you're gonna go for the legacy items, you only pay for the shipping once. You don't have to go for the legacy to get your product shipped to you faster, right? So that's fine. Yeah.
Sorry if this has been asked before, but is it possible to change the core set later on in the Pledge Manager? Yes. In the Pledge Manager, before you close your pledge, and you can only close your pledge in the Pledge Manager, which will open a couple of months after the campaign is over.
Yeah. Voila.
Yeah, normal rattle can primer does the job well to combat the colored primers the best.
You have it from the painter.
Yeah, from the man himself.
From the
one
man
and only.
himself. 21%. Yeah, the VAT is painful. It's absolutely painful. That's what it is. But we will, believe me or not, you're gonna get so much stuff from this.
Oh, it's like this in every campaign. Like, you know, when you just see it physically, well, if you just see it like on the page, it probably doesn't look as much. But you know, when you get the box, it's like, you know, wow, this is actually way more than I expected.
You've been saying this on almost every single meeting. You know what? People complaining they're getting too much. Right? Or
it's not that they're complaining they're getting too much. I'm complaining that people are saying that, you know, hey, I didn't know I was getting this much. Where the hell do I store this even? Yeah. I'm gonna have to, like, you know, rent out a storage container to freaking store all this.
Yeah. Can I increase the Pledge Manager post the campaign? Of course, yes. So you can back it now as much as you want at this stage, or select what you want, and then later in the Pledge Manager, so roughly around, and I think we have down the bottom information about it. Oh, that's us. Here you will have the timetable, and timetable explains to you that this is where we start the campaign, when we end the campaign. The Pledge Manager opening, it's from June. So from that point onward, from June probably till when we ship, so something around maybe end of this year. I know it says May 2025. Don't worry about it. It's going to be much faster than this. But we always give it some little bit time, just in case if something goes wrong. You know, the normal type of events, global events,
yeah,
whatever,
like, you know, meteor, robot invasion, alien uprising,
yeah.
Whatever.
Reptilians waking up, you know, many things might happen at the same time. But anyway, Pledge Manager opens here, so at that point onwards, you can go there, you can change the your Pledge Manager and such, right? Well, your pledge and pick other products or add more and stuff, and then you have And Pledge Manager closer, we say September. I think September is the correct date to actually close it, because I want to actually ship it this year still. So that's my goal. I mean, this is terrain campaign, so what might go wrong? It's not the heavy complex miniatures campaign, which my team absolutely hates me for. Hey, they learn a lot. That was the whole idea for the miniatures campaign, to actually get our team fully trained up and ready for something which is coming up next.
Tuesday night, X-Wing. Are you guys going to be at UK Games Expo this year? Yes, we will.
We're there every year. I'm gonna be there personally. Actually, I'm probably gonna be as well at the Salute. So if you're based in the UK, you're going to a Salute event, trade show. We have the nice big stand. So yeah, come to see us and come to say hello. Really hope to have a great announcement on this Salute. If not, it's gonna be next trade show.
Between me and my partner, we've backed almost every campaign. When we got our Woodhaven pledges, it literally filled our dining table, boxes stacked 2 or 3 high. It was incredible. Yeah, that's great.
Okay. was surprised how cheap everything is. Then I realized it was without VAT. Still cheap, but it hurts. I know. Nobody likes to pay actually VAT, but that's the thing. We have to. We have to.
Looking forward to have all pre-painted in store. Will help at my work and to invest the kids, I guess. A lot more in my games there.
Yeah.
Show me the stuff password. Is there going to be anything similar this time for the UK Games Expo?
Yeah, maybe we're gonna bring something. I will see if there might be a good announcement of something really big for us, for our company. If this announcement happens, I might have something, but it's depending on the licenses whether it's going to agree for giving some free samples. If so, we're gonna definitely use that password again for that. Last time I had like sprues of bases, I had a sprues of miniatures. I think miniatures, they just gone instantly, and I wasn't ready for that last time. Last time I only like maybe, I don't know, 50 sets ready for. I didn't expect that many people actually come around, and then in the first, well, it just ran out on the first day, and then I was only grabbing more I had just to give it away. But I think some of the fans which came over at the last day, they didn't get not much from me, so yeah, sorry for that, but we'll see.
I saw the box of Prisma Dwarven mine on Discord 2 days ago, I guess. Very nicely done. Will be an eye catcher when it hits retail stores for sure.
Yeah. No, but during campaign we're gonna be showing more and more. I think we're gonna be showing more and more. And we have to.
You probably already mentioned this, but within the pledge manager, if we decide to upgrade our pledge, yes, this will be possible.
You can always upgrade the pledge, pick more, and things like that. So just quickly refresh the page. We're almost getting at 300,000, which is amazing. And we run about 1 hour and 7 minutes into campaign. That's correct. Yeah, we started there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Very good number. Yeah. Okay. We have more questions.
What is roughly in the RPG supplement book? Campaign, rules for traps. So yeah, this was mentioned earlier. About 3 mini campaigns. Rules for all the parts you get, or some of the parts you get. They're listed in the stretch goal section. They got a book on a symbol on them. Those parts have rules in the RPG supplement. But you will also get a bestiary for the miniatures that are in this campaign.
Yeah, so you'll find bestiary for miniatures which are in a stretch goal, but as well for the miniatures you will find in each of these sets. Yeah. For the book itself, by the way, we're also going to have like PDF available to everyone. However, we need to unlock that one, and I'm not quite sure where how deep it is, but it's gonna be at some point. Yeah.
Sorry, I did not understand if I can upgrade my pledge. Yes, you can upgrade it freely during the campaign and in the pledge manager. But please be aware, if you upgrade your pledge in the pledge manager, you can only do this before you close your pledge. And what I mean by that is when you go to pay for shipping, and you pay for shipping, your pledge is now closed. So yeah, if you want to upgrade your pledge before then yeah, you're free to do so.
If we reach a super stretch goal, will it be 1 per backer or 1 per pledger? So at the moment, anything which we called, well, there is no kind of super stretch goals as we had in the previous campaign because super stretch goals were massive. If we're going to have anything kind of unlocked for you for the big stuff like is which I just shown this, it's going to be part of the stretch goals. Okay, so we will put that one in the stretch goals this time around. And if you want to go for more sets, you're probably going to have to go for more stretch of the stretch goals, or some of the elements, if you're going to, it's going to be enough requirement for that, we will be doing as a separate to the stretch goals. So if you want a tracks card, and if you want this sprue with these elements on it, and many of them, you're probably going to get them separately. Now in other stretch goals, super stretch goals, I think I believe we should do something for 1 million if we're going to reach 1 million at the end of campaign, and that should be at least one of the super stretch goals that everybody's gonna get, and that will be part of the stretch goals, normal stretch goals. So if you buy more stretch goals, you're gonna get more of the same miniatures. So this is what's different to the previous campaign. In previous campaigns, because we had so much big models and they were really massive, we couldn't just go with them like that, and yeah, that's the difference.
Do we need to add the gelatinous cube if we followed earlier? No, you do not need to do that. It will be added to your pledge for free.
Yeah, you might not see it. I think it's at the back end, but this is feature of GameFound, and that's how it works. You might not see it, but it's gonna be there. I think we had this problem with some other campaign we did in the past, when actually people haven't seen it, but they have received, because we seen it on our paperwork, but you don't see it on your paperwork.
You guys are awesome. I'm sitting here painting some Deus Lemonies, and I'm really hyped. Great. Thank you.
Oh, you saying 300k around midnight? I did say that one. Maybe there soon.
We already passed it, no? Yeah, already passed it.
Yes, we already passed it. So I'm really conservative about the numbers always. I think it's better to temper your expectations when you actually run the campaign and stuff like that. And I would rather be surprised about the final results than So that's great. I mean, thank you very much for that.
We have the baby Tarask. I think it's time for its mommy. That miniature would have to be on like 8 different sprues probably.
Do you have Tarask here? No.
Again, actual 2-scale real Tarask. It would be massive.
It would be massive, yeah. It would be massive. Would we be able to actually do it? Maybe yes, but how many tools we have to put there? Like 6-7 tools?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to charge like $200 maybe, or at least at least like 150 probably.
Yeah, something like that.
But I mean, hey, there are some people paying more for a much smaller Tarask. A mommy Tarask, I would need a saddle for my 11-year-old daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the current Tarask is like a cat, but this one's like an actual tiger, a tigress. You gotta be
size of pony, right? Thank you.
Yeah, congrats for the campaign. Yeah, thank you.
It goes, as I don't know. I mean, it goes always like you have very good 24 hours and 72 hours, very good, and then usually slow downs in the middle and then goes up again towards the end, because obviously we have all the unlocks and yeah. So we will see. I mean, let's hope for the best.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also definitely hoping this campaign goes very far, but we do have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, definitely we're gonna have something like even if we're going to reach 1.1 million and then 1.5, we need to come up with something on 1.5. That's for sure. Do you have any stats for the last campaign? Yes, I do have a lot of stats for the last campaign. I love the stats, and we run them. The way we run everything is just basically pure by math. And so on. And I'm comparing campaign to campaign and what we did okay, what we did wrong. This is the best way to actually learn it from campaign to campaign. And always comparing it. I'm not quite sure where we were last campaign at that moment, but I think we could potentially check it, that one, at some point. But if you follow this channel, I do, like, very often I run numbers from the campaign, and actually if you go on one of the previous videos when I talk about Deus Ex, I did like full analysis of the campaign, including the number of backers, number of supporting people, number of, you know, average and everything else. So yeah,
he's specifically asking for here for the first 2 to 4 hours of performance compared to the Caves campaign. How do you think it's
it's doing I think it's doing the same like Deus Ex did. So yeah, Deus Ex ended up at 1 million, I think, 1 million euro. So that would be $1.2 million roundabout. So maybe we're gonna hit that number. Which is great, which is amazing, because this is what I predicted. But well, this is what the numbers telling me. But we don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yes, we are still processing the rest numbers of the pledges. Check your pledge manager, by the way, because we had like literally a couple people asking for it, and they haven't fulfilled the pledge manager. So make sure the pledge manager is fully done as well.
Yeah, if the status of your pledge is placed paid, then yes, your pledge, everything is fine with your pledge, and it will be sent in the next about 2 weeks. If it says something else, then that's usually a problem. If it says shipped, then that's good, and there will be a tracking number with that provided as well. It should be in the notes section of your pledge.
Yeah. So it says the goal was reached in 5 hours and 5 minutes, which is funny considering there wasn't even 5 minutes to reach the goal. What about it? You know what? The Game Found had a spelling mistake for about 5 years, which I spotted and sent them screenshots saying, "Look, you should fix that mistake." Yeah, it's sometimes happened. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Game Found math is something else usually.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Encounters was a great campaign. It was the first kind of, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't say risky, but it was different because we moved from our kind of bubble of, how to call it. We did something completely brand new, which wasn't sure if it's going to work. So yeah. That's correct. There's a kick track. You could go there and check how those levels going.
Yeah, someone said
460 in the first 24 hours. That was miniatures. That was a miniatures campaign. So all the campaigns are different, right? Miniatures campaign are different. Terrain campaign are different. So yeah.
Do you have a lot of stretch goals preloaded for overnight? Oh, we have to have some at least, right?
Yes, we do have, and I need to check with Jakub if he's loading more. I think he did, right? So we need to load more. We unlocking them slowly. Yep.
Well, not slowly, a bit faster than slowly.
Let's have a look, because there should be more actually showing up. Oh, look, there should be 6 there. Okay, they're working on it to actually add more. Don't worry, there's plenty to go.
We'll see tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is definitely going to be a very busy day as well. This day was also very busy, but we'll see.
We have a long-time supporter. We've been there from that D&L 1. You had the first stop for new plastic rack. Thank you.
Will the pre-painted half-height dwarf mines be available in the pledge manager? No, they're only available in retail at the moment. The campaign is usually reserved for stuff we haven't released to retail yet. So we have the legacy sets from previous campaigns that are available in pre-painted. For this campaign, they're not available unpainted because they're already available in retail. But yes, you can pick them up. that way.
Yeah. So how it works? Most of the things we have in retail, we don't want to basically upset the distributors or whatsoever. So we separate them, and once this campaign is over, deliver it and stuff. The elements of this campaign will also go to retail in the future. So probably 2025. Sorry, between 2025 and 2026. At slightly, much different price than you will get through campaign.
When will we see something big in the stretch goals? Big as in got wings, breathing fire, or equivalent?
So the big one, it's gonna be round about 1 million. Then it needs to be round the big one. Like if we're going to go for like a dragon miniatures and something like that. Which you might expect it because we did like full line of dragons, so why not the duck dragon or something similar?
I mean, I don't know about a duck dragon, but we'll see.
Why not? Why not?
I don't know. I prefer something that's a bit more normal.
I would like to have all dragon.
Okay, well, I mean, might as well. There's a lot. If you want to have everything, literally everything, there's a lot of other options.
Yeah, mixed dragons. I mean, we did turtle dragon. Why not? Snake dragon or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, turtle dragon's actually a real thing, though.
Yeah.
Encounters was my first pledge with you. Usually I just chase the miniatures. This campaign was my first time picking up terrain. I am very excited. Nice. That's good to hear.
That's good to hear.
Will the pre-painted stretch goals come painted for everyone or just the people who got pre-painted? Yeah, it's just for people that got the pre-painted pledges.
That's it.
It has to be the dark dragon.
That's it. Look, we got a real hashtag. Dog dragon. Dogs. That was it was a funny story, really funny story. I mean people ask for the dogs and okay, let's make dogs, and then we make like a tiny dog. And it started everything actually because we just move on with it with the next campaigns, right? And it was like hidden here and there. They were asking for dogs. They were asking for shipping dogs, like a train, not. It was funny thing. Yes, so everything which is terrain oriented. So everything we plan to do as a extension to your pledge, extension to your terrain sets. Sorry, I should move a little bit closer here. Extension to your terrain sets. If you select anything which is basically terrain, you're gonna get pre-painted, but no miniatures and no small things. There's a reason for that, by the way, right? Because we know we can deliver definitely terrain, pre-painted terrain to you, and then you can use it. We at the moment haven't properly tested on miniatures, and then also it requires a lot of changes in design for the miniatures in order to actually make it pre-painted as well. And we don't want to take the risk of promising you something which hasn't been fully 100% technology-wise tested, right?
What subset has been chosen the most times so far? I think this information will only really be available in the Pledge Manager, not at this moment in the campaign, because we need to actually have access to like the list of backers and everything. Yeah,
I think this information will be basically the day after the campaign finish, right? So we can then just log in and see what exactly has been selected by the So we can relay on the Prisma cast symbol next to the image on what will be pre-painted. Yes, so that symbol over here means that this terrain piece will be for you pre-painted, and same for the traps here. And at the moment there's and also trims or ledges. Are they called ledges? But yep, they're gonna be pre-painted for you. What it won't be pre-painted is small bits, right? So if you go for some bigger things like traps and small things like mushroom sets. Okay.
Akira Tanaka, is a rope bridge out of the question? It's in the stretch goals, I believe.
It is. It is in the stretch goals, and it is one of the painted ones, pre-painted ones as well.
Will there be any chance for more sub-themes in this or a future campaign? Probably not for more sub-themes in this campaign. Maybe in the future, but yeah, no plans at this moment in time.
I wouldn't go even more, because at the moment it's still a huge campaign in terms of
it's too much at this point, honestly.
In terms of content, and so it's very important. Okay, so full story about several campaigns and how it might go wrong. Usually the campaign might go wrong if we overextend ourselves and give too much stuff and we promise the stuff, and we haven't done that ever. We always try to keep it real, because we have delivery times, and we have to meet delivery times, right? So sometimes occasionally we go a little bit crazy, like we promise or we add the dragon there, so we will know we're gonna spend at least 1 month sculpting the dragon, so fine, we can actually take this one on the chin, but nothing crazy. A full set will require at least one sculptor to spend 2 months of sculpting, and then we're looking at maybe a couple of additional weeks of actually tooling to make the product. So at this stage, the way we structure the campaign and when we want to delivery on time, we're not going to be adding stuff. Yeah, so we want to be realistic about this. So yeah,
the color scheme's final now. In the last stream it wasn't final yet, and will it look cool if you connect the pre-painted rocky caves to the pre-painted demonic caves?
Sorry, where is that question again?
Right at the bottom.
This one?
Yeah. So yeah, are the color schemes final, and what about the connectivity between the rocky caves and the demonic caves?
These sets are slightly different, as you can see on the painting here, and we're gonna keep them in very similar tone, but not the same color scheme, right? They need to be separate, kind of a little bit different. So you may expect exactly what you see here. You see here caves, and you see here the Dwarven Mine. So these sets are quite similar. When you put them together, you can see slightly difference, but it's not standing out that much. So this is the reason actually why we picked this color, this lighter brown color instead of anything darker.
Because is this the final color?
Wouldn't work.
This is the main question, right? Because we have shown multiple different colors on the campaign page. We have that brown, gray, bluish, but right here we have the more brownish color.
We're still gonna be toning down this color a little bit. This is not the final color. We're still gonna be a little bit toning down. So that's only one thing you might expect it, but don't. Yeah. What else there? I mean, I can see it. I am unable to show you this one because it's so great. Comparing, if I'm standing here and seeing this, the camera doesn't do any justice whatsoever. You can tell, but it looks very good. And toning down the color, what I mean by this one, I want a little bit more, like here on this set here, a little bit more gray instead of that much brownish here.
But this is the final color, or
this will be a little bit tweaked. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, but it is the final color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a main color, yes. As a main color.
Because I've seen a lot of people still asking for the more gray bluish one.
That would require actually to create 2 different paint schemes, which I'm a little bit worried about that we're not gonna have everything on time. And the other thing is basically working out through the pledge manager, making sure that we have it correctly. But it will be toned down a little bit just to meet halfway, right? Is there a Yarek miniature in a stretch goal? You know what they did? They actually did like a dwarf king or something like that, sitting on a throne. And I don't know if this is me or something.
A little bit higher.
Where is it? Do we have here?
It's the king pledge.
Yeah. So we have that apparently miniature with the throne and with everything. I don't know. It's some king, Archon king, but but it's not me for sure. My miniature, it is Jahazal. Where is it? Jahazal the troll. I'm the troll. So yeah, I leave my team. Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is what I was going to show you. This will be part of the miniatures, and it's gonna be a miniature. So a king sitting on a throne. There is a Archon AR on the top there, and you're holding the our logo, our new logo, in your hand. So I think this could be me, or maybe somebody else. That's a good call.
In reality, this campaign is more compatible not with a dragon, but with giant worms, a spider queen, or great humans like the Balrog. Yeah.
I like the Balrog idea.
Will we be seeing more sci-fi or lasers in this campaign? Well, maybe not for this campaign. Again, it's unfortunate. I'm still very sad.
I like the Balrog idea.
Yeah, we can probably add a great demon like that.
Yep, I like the Balrog idea. Okay, let's move on.
I want to connect the rocky caves to the dwarven mines, so I'm totally fine with what you showed. I hope the deep caves get a bit darker though.
Yeah.
Maybe if you with nicely highlighted crystals.
Yeah, and that's the point. We have to step. The colors needs to kind of step down a little bit from the main color, which you have like a caves, going into sub teams, which are associated with the case itself color, right? But they need to actually look on a table very, very good. In order to do so, they need to have just the variation of the color, right? Even if we step down or step up, so make it a little bit lighter or make it a little bit darker, right? But it needs to be exactly in the same tone. Otherwise, you're gonna have really like a blob of something and a blob of something, a blob of something. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. See?
What do you mean, see?
I'm not the only one.
A Balrog is better than a drug dragon. Wow.
I'm not the only one who liked this idea.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, guys. If we're gonna hit million, we're gonna have a Balrog.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's my executive decision. So we need to work on a concept art now for that. Yep.
It's gonna be like 2 sprues, you think, maybe?
I think we'll be about 3 sprues.
Okay, 3 sprues.
I think we should be, because it needs to be kind of size or a little bit bigger than a dragon, right? So that's one of the dragons we have here. It needs to be basically this size, right?
That's for heroes, right?
What?
Or... No, wait. No, never mind. That's not heroes. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. That's all.
Oh, we haven't talked about the bases. We haven't talked about the bases, by the way. So, you know how we did stuff. I mean, let's go to the stretch goals quickly. No, add-ons. I mean add-ons. What is not described here is the bases that we're gonna get, also bases for the miniatures, and all these bases miniatures gonna fit to the theme, which the miniatures are associated with, right? So expect that one as well. So very nice custom-made bases.
Mm-hmm. Can we get a 1 million vote between Dark Dragon and Balrog?
I can do that, but I
feel like it's gonna be a bit one-sided. But
I think so. I think as well. Oh, that's the better idea.
Please don't make it a Dark Balrog, please.
No. Oh,
okay. If we're gonna make it like someone else mentioned, if you're gonna make it a joke miniature, just please include optional.
You haven't seen the first original idea for the dragons we had here internally, right? So we the first. Oh, I pulled the plug on that idea very, very quickly, but it was proposed by team to me that, you know, dragons should have like coats and hats, and they should be like a kind of playable characters instead of being dragons which you go and fight.
Okay, for like cutesy little miniatures, I could see it, but like actual proper dragons are usually more useful.
Yeah, I didn't find the idea as a good one. I didn't find any purpose for that one. If I was playing D&D, I would rather fight this one instead of actually playing dragons.
Okay, well, hold on. We're not killing baby dragons. Come on. But yeah, I think there's a market for, like, you know, cute miniatures. I think Chibi is definitely still a big market.
Need to see transition wall and floor tiles for the dungeons to caves. So let me just clear that one quickly out. We had idea about it doing that. However, we changed kind of mind. What are you gonna get? You're gonna get this, which is the rocky half arch. So you have like an arch, which is the entrance to the cave itself. This works better than actually transition wall, because transition wall will be kind of limiting you, and then you have to use kind of dungeons set with the cave set. This one there doesn't limit anything. You can combine this one with anything because you have this proper transition by having this arch entrance, right? So that one, we picked this one instead of floors and walls. Although we had like an idea about making the, walls, but then you have to make it with, a correct set. And then, which dungeons we're going to pick. We have 5 or 6 different design of dungeons, right? So, yeah. We need Dragon's Lair super stretch goal. That's the nice sub-team for the next campaign. That's the very good idea for the sub-team.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
In the future. I'm not saying not this campaign. No. This campaign is locked, and I'm really happy to do some crazy stuff. But I also got my limits, right? So the limit will be, if we're going to reach at some point 1 million, we will have like our version of Balrog miniature, right? And that's maximum I can do. Maximum as a executive decision.
Hey, for those hating on Chibi, I'm just saying there's a market for it. I'm not saying that we're making it, okay? That's just all I'm saying.
Okay. I really want the multiple sets of the stretch goals. Yes, you will be able to get them more
in the Pledge Manager.
Yes.
Once we see how many stretch goals are unlocked.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to publish more.
Yeah, we're gonna have to add some overnight, I think.
Jesus Christ, are we like 50k from $400,000?
That is how math works, yeah.
Okay.
I heard a lot of people asking for Sci-Fi, but have you missed the answer? You may have missed the answer.
Yeah, we're not missing on purpose. So the Sci-Fi is kind of I want to combine Sci-Fi with other terrain we have for the kind of wargaming, which is called Rampart, which means we will have to kind of overhaul everything. We do it from scratch again. Yeah, design it and do it from scratch, because the Rampart is slightly different sizes. And I believe this is the only one way this campaign could work, if we do it this way. Simple as that. When Sci-Fi campaign could be potentially launched, we will see how this campaign go. We will see how many elements we have to this campaign. But I've been promising this Sci-Fi campaign at some point. I'm happy to do something else. I'm happy to open a page on a GameFound to see how many people gonna be signing up for this campaign, for the Sci-Fi campaign, and work around that one, how big this campaign should be, right? Because we could do a small campaign for the Sci-Fi elements, which will include like kind of maybe 3-4 sets, but nothing big.
We need a proper spaceship set, that's for sure. Like we can't do without a proper spaceship set.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah, something around that we could do, but nothing like big like this campaign in terms of content. So unless there is a lots of people actually following and lots of people wanting this type of sets, then we may do something about it. Yeah. So yeah. Battery remaining 20%, shows on my phone. My camera is going to die soon, so I just want to show you one more time how beautiful this is. Okay, more questions. Let's have a look what we have here.
Yeah, last Rampart campaign. How in depth do you want to go about this? Do you want to talk about it, or?
No, it's still actually wounds are still fresh and still healing. No, Rampart campaign. It was the campaign which we did a few mistakes, and one of the biggest mistake was overextending in design development for this campaign. I think we spent like 6 or 7 months actually designing a campaign, which wasn't the greatest in terms of numbers, in terms of Rampart, but also I think it wasn't thought through, although it was the best campaign in terms of design of these external buildings and terrain pieces for wargaming. But we also got caught into something, the Warhammer 4, because most of the people who buy our trains for external, the Rampart trains were for the Warhammer 40,000. And Warhammer 40,000 was actually going about to change the rules, their gaming rules for the terrain. So that terrain which we designed wasn't fit to that anymore. So that's why it wasn't working that great. But as I said, if we're going to do anything with Sci-Fi, we need to combine that one. So my ideal terrain would be, okay, one thing is a Sci-Fi ship, but the other thing is to have like a imagine the laboratory, and then from laboratory several like stages of laboratory and different, you know, testing grounds or whatever, and then building up and having like a first floor, second floor, and a third floor of the normal terrain pieces, so you can play RPG campaign, even like a post-apo campaign. Somebody mentioned post-apo campaign, Fallout or something like that. When you start with the laboratory and then move up and move and up, and then eventually you end up on the main surface. So that's the thing we could do. Okay, what else there? We're still live, yeah? You can still see us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love the Rampart D&L lasers trained for our sci-fi skirmishes like Casey and Necromunda. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that. The Necro game that we shall not mention.
Which game we not mention? We can mention Necromunda, right?
It's the company that shall not be named.
Ah, come on.
They are redacted.
No. With that company, there wouldn't be no Wargaming.
We don't talk about them.
I've got huge respect to what the Games Workshop did to industry, and huge respect to Wargaming. And basically, without them, there will be no Wargaming. Really, there's nobody else who can actually step in their shoes, and there's nobody else who did so much to the Wargaming, like, you know, they did. So yeah, huge respect.
Sorry if we...
Did you know they actually Games Workshop running programs for schools?
Yeah.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And I've been on Salud, and I spent maybe 1 hour having discussion with the manager who actually run these events. Imagine they go into schools all over the globe actually, and this program is in Germany, maybe it's not in Poland, but in Germany, France, in the UK. When they go there, they provide miniatures models for the youngsters to actually start wargaming, start hobby. This is absolutely amazing. Yes, I know they think also in a business way, but we wouldn't be able to do that. And as much I would like to do, and we wouldn't be able to do that. So yeah,
it's very intentional, because they're specifically looking for the kinds of young children that really like Lego, but they're looking to step into like something a bit more adult.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, that they want to be seen as that, you know, store that's right next to like the big Lego stores that have thousands of sets and all sorts of amazing things in them.
Is the paint job for the core sets already fixed, or is still work in progress? I would say it's still working in progress. There's several things which is working in progress. So, because I am unable to move my camera, so I can show you this. So you can see kind of the edge there. So the plastic needs to be correct color as well, because they will cover this edge and blend in with the...
to be clear, they can't see your mouse.
Oh, you can see, I cannot see my mouse. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, it is still working in progress, and it's going to look much better. Although it's still almost like, I would say 95% there. But that 5% makes a big difference. Always. Like the, hold on a second. Oh, not this page, this, there. Yeah. Okay.
It would be great in the future if you could be interested in getting the Doom IP and creating a dungeon set with science fiction elements that can be combined with actual caves as dungeon sets. You know, never say never.
We did design one game. There was one IP which we're hunting for. It would be great for that. We did design it, but it was actually designed before we had the Prismacast technology, so it wasn't looking that good. But now with Prismacast, the doors are opened widely for any type of games, and my ideal game is kind of our version of Dungeon Keeper. That's what I think about. It just doesn't, you know, every time when I actually think about what we could do next with this technology and how we could, you know, move with that and provide extreme high quality pieces, playing pieces for the board games, because, you know, it's unmatched to anything out there, right? That would be kind of the Dungeon Keeper. We even designed the game, we even played the game. Although it wasn't to my liking and to my expectations what I would like to have as a Dungeon Keeper, kind of version of our version of Dungeon Keeper. It's not official IP, by the way, but our version of Dungeon Keeper. And I would go for something slightly different, something much more funny, something much more with humor. And yeah, but this now allows us to actually think about that.
Yeah, Dungeon Keeper's honestly great. Like, there's a couple of games that have been released not too long ago that, you know, are spiritual successes. Like, you've got Dungeons, I think, and War for the Overworld, which is I like it. But yeah, there needs to be like a proper re-release of that game, because I think it deserves it.
Yeah. The question is the artwork of Archon free to use to create homebrew stuff for HeroQuest players? Of course it is. You go for it, use it, no problem whatsoever. We are not that crazy to, you know, chase anyone for anything they use. I think there should be on our page one document saying that, hey, use what you see, as long as you're not copying anything which is like terrain, like design or whatever, because this is well, nobody would like that one, but using for your own needs, for your own purpose, for doing stuff like that, yeah. And we have two teams now. We have
Yeah, Dungeon Keeper already has a super unofficial board game adaptation, Dungeon Laws. Yeah, it's made by Vlad. If I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I actually really like his games. I think they're really fun.
Yeah, yeah. My imagination will be my version, our version, not my version, will be slightly different to what is Dungeon Laws.
Yeah, it's a dungeon management board game, a bit like Caverna, both cool minis. But also keep in mind with our terrain for D&L, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the goal. Like, you can build a proper dungeon with something like that.
Yeah. So yeah. You dig through the dungeon, you draw random tile, you attach random tile, and we did that. We did test this one. We test this game. And the only problem was the plastic was only color coded, so you have either yellow or green or something. And we just thought, no, that doesn't look good. It looks like, you know, you're trying to do something, but it doesn't actually click. So, yeah. So where we are with the project, let's check. Maybe we have some questions here to answer.
There's a mention that different pre-painted patterns are possible. Any information on what those options will be?
Only the difference slightly in the painting will be between the 10 team sets. But we're gonna lock the painting patterns just to one for this campaign. In the future campaigns, we might be actually doing slightly different. Instead of doing many sets, we might actually do more different painting scheme sets. Yeah. This is good to answer, because if there's some confusion.
When it says 2 of 3 core sets, that's just like you can pick any combination of 2 core set or of 2 core sets out of the 3 we have available. So you can pick like 2 of the same one, or like one
different,
or 2 different ones, like any combination. Same with the sub themes, of course.
Is the Legacy Dwarven Mine half height walls? No, they're actually full walls.
Yeah. We already have the pre-painted half height walls in retail at the moment, and there's been plenty of people that ordered them. You can go on our website and grab them from there if you want, or you can, you know, get the full height walls from this campaign.
Hi there, the quick question, and sorry for the ask. I missed the option to add pre-painted abomination.
Yeah, that's not coming to retail at the moment. Possibly in the future, but I don't think there are any plans for it right now.
Abomination vaults in the retail pre-painted. I think it is in the pipeline, because we already have designed this one. And yeah, this one, Abomination vaults, in fact, was actually the one which we are testing technology just to see how far we can actually push it.
Yeah, well, but I heard something a bit different about the Abomination vaults from our team, but you know, I may be the person that works closer to the retail
sales team. Okay. So like, if the retail decided not to go with that one, then not to go.
I mean, the issue is because it's a licensed product, and it's just a lot more difficult to get the approval for everything and make sure that it's all correct.
Yeah. But we have it because we want to show how good we can actually get this technology. Yeah. Okay. On the wood heaven spruce, when clipping parts out of the spruce, you can see the former connections of the sort of white areas and yeah.
Yeah, this is a good question. The spruce for caves, they're designed differently. So the connection points are along the bottom of the piece. And when you cut the piece out, you won't be able to see it when you actually use the terrain.
So, as you can see here by this wall, for instance, you only have connection here on the bottom. Then that piece of the wall, every single element will have connections somewhere like that. Some exceptions you will find on the side here, it's still in halfway through of the painting anyway. But however, this color will be different. We much more match the main color of the set. Okay.
You're not really. They can't really hear you.
Oh, sorry, you haven't heard me. So I was saying that. Hold on. You talk. I show.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, as you can see, we've got these connection pieces along the bottom right here. These are for the curved walls, I believe, where you connect the two pieces together, or you can just leave them as their own pieces. Yeah. But yeah, the connection points are along the bottom. Similar case with the bridge. They're more like closer or in spots where it's not really visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you've got another example for the demonic caves. All the connection points are along the bottom. So there's a fair bit of connection points here, but yeah, they're all along the bottom. When you cut it, you won't be able to see them.
That's it. Thank you, Shimon. Okay. How about the giant worm instead of dragon? Or dragon worm? How about Balrog? Oh, sorry for that. Let me just change the pick. Yeah, that's one. I was reading one of the questions. So just confirming, the Minotaur is added automatically for returning pledges, right? Just want to make sure it is normal that I don't see it in the at the checkout. Yes, that's correct. We will see it at the back end, and on top of that, we're gonna filter through emails just to make sure it will be added automatically. It is there.
Yes, Leipnir where? We'll have to see.
Yeah, we have this question coming back constantly. I think we have to add to FAQ just to make sure this is in FAQ. That's one thing. The other thing is that how to add on the Minotaur of the free miniature. I think we need to do it in FAQ. And also, yep. I'm gonna be passing feedback to GameFound just to see how they're going to fix this feature in the future, because that should be seen automatically.
Yeah, it should be implemented. GameFound, they're still working on the website, but there is a lot of features that are still missing. Especially like writing updates can be an absolute miserable experience at times. Like it can take me 30 minutes just to add some pictures and some text.
Yeah. Derek is mentioning something that we have to fix some legacy, so we're gonna check this one.
Do you have any examples of the Prismacast Torture Chamber, Hall of Heroes, or Fantasy Starter set? Yeah, this is a good idea. When are the Prismacast legacy sets going to be available?
We have to wait for everything to be in sprue form to actually show you. I mean, at least for the one, and the team is tasked to do as much as possible.
I mean, they're already ready. They're talking about the legacy.
Legacy? I don't have it here. We don't have it here, but the pictures you can see on the page, they almost one-to-one in terms of legacy sets.
But when are they going to be ready to show?
To show, maybe through the campaign, maybe towards the before the pledge manager gets open. Yeah.
Hi guys, unrelated, but I got my Heroes pledge today. Yeah, thank you. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a big project, and it's like we're shipping about 1,000 parcels every day anyway. So that's At least we don't have to handle it. It's like an external company finally.
Have you guys made your version of a Nothic? I am looking for a good miniature for it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I actually don't know what a Nothic is. I'll have to look that up.
Okay, I think we're gonna be finishing just in a minute because we have to still go home. If you have some more questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Yeah, our work doesn't end today. We've got tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Let me know also in the comments how often you want to see our faces and how often you want to run this. I had some idea. Maybe we could potentially run like more frequently than normally during campaign. Maybe every 3 days, just to clear out all the questions. I think it's much better, much easier for people to actually watch it or listen to us when the campaign actually runs, when they do something else, and instead of actually reading each of the individual comment. So what I will do, I will definitely see how many questions we have and then make the call about this one, right? We still have some questions, so we will answer them, and we're probably gonna be finishing just in 5 minutes, just to finish at around about 10. It's gonna be, yeah, around about 10 o'clock, so it's gonna be 2.5 hours. Am I calculating? Yeah, 2.5 hours. Okay.
Will these stretch goal dwarves be in cool poses like in the promo picture in the email that was sent out? I believe they will be more monopose with. I mean, will they have optional parts as well, or is it just monopose?
No, there will be monopose, but it's about the cool pose. So the pose we have on the concept art, and so yes, you may expect this miniature to be on these poses. We don't change. This is actually miniature concept art, which is then overpainted slightly more to look slightly better. So you may expect them to be in these poses.
Why won't demonic half archers be pre-painted when the rocky ones are? Is this a mistake on the website or for the stretch goals? I believe.
What for the stretch goals?
Demonic half arch.
That should be also pre-painted.
Okay, so it should be pre-painted. Probably we'll have to update the graphic.
Yeah.
When the team gets around to it.
Bear in mind, some of the elements will be, some elements won't be, but that should be also pre-painted. Yeah. Yeah. I think they have one like large sprue designed for that one, so which all the elements will go on that sprue. And here we have a stone beams, which they're something new, and also showing kind of engineering solution how they're gonna work. This is the other way to actually transition from other elements to transition from normal high walls from old sets into new sets, right? So you have then another entrance. Yeah. Derek is mentioning that he's gonna be in the comments. Thank you, Derek, for that.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. As often as possible, we have a lot of questions, so I think we can do every second day, maybe every 3 days. We'll see how many questions we have. So we'll definitely do that. Okay.
How many items will be in these stretch goals? For example, the pledges. Well, I mean, each pledge will have one copy of the stretch goals. So what you see is what you get, but we will also have the option of buying additional copies of the stretch goals in the pledge manager. But we'll have to see how many stretch goals we unlock before we give a specific price. But if you purchase a pledge, these stretch goals will come free with that pledge.
Yep. Okay.
Sci-Fi Prisma cast when?
Derek is just gonna keep asking for that. I mean, it would be great. I think it would be great to actually make that one with Prisma cast.
So is this going to be like a smaller campaign? When do you think we're planning this?
So again, what's the question?
Oh no, I was asking you.
Well,
Well, you know, for the
the sci-fi
like,
one.
when do you think we're gonna have time for that?
As I mentioned, it might be actually small campaign. And
Yeah, small campaign.
Next year we have currently 2 different projects for the first quarter and the third quarter, I believe. So we have 2 more projects to add in somewhere between that. And smaller projects will be great to actually have it, and there is a potential to actually have a small project next year. It will be the Sci-Fi project.
Okay, so next year.
Unless something crazy come up, but I don't think so.
Okay, so that's your answer, guys. Next
Yep.
year. Well, we'll see if it's sooner. Hoping it's sooner.
Yeah.
If we
We're
manage
gonna
to
be
finish this
teasing
campaign.
you for sure. We're gonna be teasing you.
Teasers for sure.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to finish for today. We will see you in the comments, and probably we'll see you with one of the lives in the next couple of days. I think just once we finish first 48 hours as a summary, and you know, Q&A. Yeah, we can do that, right? We can do that for you. We can do that definitely. So 24 hours will be what? I think Friday, right? Or yeah, Thursday, Friday. Expect one additional live to myself, and Shimon and I will be here for you. Okay, good night, because we are losing.
Yeah.
We are running out of battery at the moment.
I mean, my legs hurt, but I can keep going.
Yeah, congratulations again, and thank you for supporting us. So many years of your support and such. So yeah. And we will see you in just a couple of days.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for coming by.